Alright guys, going to show you how to change fork seals on Buell 08SCG model. Other models will be a little different. This is a 41mm Showa fork. So first off, going to pull this snap ring off, just a little flathead screwdriver. Comes off fairly easy. Just lay that aside for now. I'm going to lay out everything in order over here. Next is the preload adjuster. Pull that off. The washer sometimes comes off with it behind it. Preload adjuster. And on the inside there's a little clip with some, not necessarily a clip, but a little plastic piece with some pins. Dump it out upside down over your drain pan. You'll lose some oil, but try to get it out quick and just flip it back over. Almost like a pizza box holder thing. Some people like to drain the fluid now. Out those 3 holes you can drain some fluid. I just leave it in there. I've actually already drained the fluid in this, so I'm just going to move on to the next. Going to pull off the fork cap using impact. You can just hold it by hand. You don't need a fork holder. There you go. There's on. Now for the hard part with SCG, there's not a whole lot to grab onto to compress the spring. Alright, I showed you guys this little spring compressor I made earlier. Helper's not here to just push it down and put the wrench in, so got some ratchet straps, a steel bar through the bottom with a rag on it. Just going to set this on the plastic collar up on the top there. Put that on like that. There you go. It's compressed enough to get a wrench in there. I don't really trust the ratchet straps or the compressor, so I'm just going to pull pressure off of it again. Put that aside now. And there you go. That's all you need the spring compressor for. No need to spend a bunch of money on. And again, we're going to get the impact. There you go. Now there's going to be a little bit of spring pressure on this when you pull it off. And of course, our plastic collar and washer shot across the garage. Just keep an eye on where they go. this guy out, set it aside. Now, if you haven't drained the oil before, dump your spring out into your drain pan along with the rest of the oil. The tighter wound coils go up on the top on the gears that they had the progressive springs. Now we're just going to pull the dust seal off. Just flathead screwdriver, pretty easy. Now there's going to be a little spring clip on the inside there that holds the oil seal in. Just got to pull that out. There you go. I like to put it around the dust seal so that it's not flopping around on you. Next is to pull the seal and bushings out. Just use the fork leg as a slide hammer. There you go. Now we're going to pull the bushings off. There's little slots in them. Just use those to pry them open a little bit so you can slide them off. Lower one. Washer. And the oil seal. There you go. Gonna clean this all up and come back to you guys. Alright, all cleaned up. Ready to put the new bushings and seals all back into the fork. First is going to be the dust seal. Just be careful going over the sharp edges. Slide that to the bottom. Next is the spring clip. Oil seal. This side goes to the bottom. This side's bottom, this side's top. Again, careful on the sharp edges. Slide that all the way down. Next is going to be your washer. Then the lower seal, the copper one. Then the top bushing. This one you'll have to spread apart a little bit to get on. like that. Then it just snaps in. Now for that outer fork tube, slides on. I'm gonna push the bushing into place first here. Gonna use this little homemade seal driver made out of 1 1/4 inch PVC. Just go ahead and snap that on. Work it in. There you go. Pop that off. Slide your oil seal up. I like to kind of push it in there by hand a little bit first. Snap that back on. Then we're just going to put the fork tube upside down and hammer it in. There's a little groove in there that the spring clip goes into. Just push the seal in past that and you're good to go. So then next would be the spring clip itself. There you go. Then the dust seal. You don't need to use the driver for the dust seal. It really just pushes in. There you go. It's in. If it makes you feel happy, you can hit it against the bottom. No need to use the seal driver for the dust seal. Next is going to be to fill the inner fork tube with oil. I made this little dipstick. The oil fork height that is listed in the service manual goes off of the inner fork tube. I made this little dipstick, it hangs off the outer fork tube, so be sure to just add the height of the difference between the inner fork tube and the outer fork tube. Measure, put a little notch there, you have a little dipstick. Gonna fill this up, come back to you guys and finish the rest of it. Back, fork's full of oil. Next, putting the spring back in, slide it on in. And this guy. Now, here's where we're going to need the compressor again. Going to need to pull up on the damper rod, drop this down in, and grab the damper rod, compress the spring down so that we can get the wrench in there. And of course, this little plastic piece and this washer, the larger of the two washers that you have left. are going to go on top of that. So my helper is not back yet, so again I'm going to just use some ratchet straps with the steel rod. This is going to be tricky, a lot of things going on at once, but it can be done. Alright, got it ready. Just need to compress it down. The compressor is bending. Like I said, this is just made out of some scraps, so something a little stronger, and this probably wouldn't have bent, but it did its job. So, just gonna release pressure on the little compressor, since we don't really need that anymore. All you need it for is just to get the wrench in there. There you go. That's all you need the compressor for. Next, go on is your fork cap. Just goes on like so. tighten this snugly. Pull the wrench out. That's all back together now. Then threading the fork tube to the fork cap. There you go. When you get it back into the triple trees, clamp it down and snug that a little bit tighter. Everything's all oily, can't really hold it so well with your hands, unless if you have a fork clamp that you can put in your vise or something. But next, putting this guy back in. Just use a screwdriver to spin it until it drops down into the holes. Then your washer. Preload adjuster. Push it down into the O-ring and then you can start threading it. And just thread it on enough to where you can get the snap ring in. That's good enough. There you go. All done.